The Gupta dynasty, 4th century CE, the Guptas. By the beginning of the 4th century CE, many small kingdoms and republics in North India were united under the Gupta dynasty, which dominated the history of India for the next 200 years. The Gupta rule is often called the Golden Age of Indian history. Chandragupta I. Chandragupta I, the founder of the Gupta dynasty, ascended the throne of Magad in 320 BCE. He ruled from Pataliputra and expanded his kingdom as far as Allahabad. He ruled for 15 years and took the title of Maharaja Dhiraj. Samudragupta. Chandragupta I was succeeded by his son Samudragupta in 335 CE. He followed a policy of conquest and expansion. In the north, he occupied western Uttar Pradesh and the regions around Delhi. He led an expedition to the Deccan and to South India. However, he did not annex these territories as it was practically impossible to control such a vast empire in the absence of transport and communication facilities. Nevertheless, the rulers of the south accepted him as their overlord and paid him tribute. The frontier states of eastern and western India submitted to him without any resistance. He celebrated his victory by performing the Ashwamedha Yagna. He took the title of Maharaja Dhiraj. He was not only a military genius but also a talented musician and a poet. He encouraged Sanskrit literature and patronized prominent scholars like Harisena. Chandragupta II. Samudragupta was succeeded by his son Chandragupta II in 380 CE. He was a very powerful ruler and renamed himself Vikramaditya, the son of valor. The Gupta Empire reached the height of its power and glory during his reign. He extended the western boundaries of his empire to the Arabian Sea by defeating the Saka ruler. This gave the Guptas control over 3 great seaports on the western coast. Chandragupta II made Ujjain his capital. The Golden Age. This period was known as the Golden Age because India reached the height of power and glory under the rule of the Guptas. Literature, art, science and trade flourished during this period, and people led a happy and prosperous life. Literature. The Gupta rulers were great patrons of literature. The Navaratnas or 9 gems, including Kalidasa, the greatest Sanskrit poet and dramatist, are associated with the Gupta period. Fa Hian, the Chinese pilgrim, visited India during this period. The Gupta rulers made Sanskrit the court language. They patronized Sanskrit playwrights, poets, philosophers and grammarians. The most outstanding writer of this period was Kalidas. He wrote the famous play Shakuntala and the epic poem Meghaduta. The Panchatantra was compiled, the Puranas were rewritten, and the Mahabharata was revised and rewritten during this period. Shudraka's Mritchikatika was written during this period. Administration under the Guptas. The Guptas were able administrators. The empire was divided into provinces and further into districts. Each district was divided into groups of villages. According to Fa Hian's account, the people were secure, prosperous and happy. Crime was rare, taxes were light, there was no spy system. Scientific progress. Rapid progress was made in the fields of mathematics, medicine, astronomy and metallurgy during the Gupta age. Aryabhat and Varahamihir were great mathematicians and astronomers. Aryabhat discovered that the earth moves round the sun. He also found out the causes of the lunar and solar eclipses. Vagbhat wrote a book on the Ayurvedic system of medicine. System of numerals was first used and developed during the Gupta period. The concept of the zero and the decimal system were the greatest contributions in the field of mathematics. The Iron Pillar at Mehrauli in Delhi is an excellent proof of the highly advanced science of metallurgy. The pillar, built in the 4th century CE, has not rusted in the last few centuries. Art and architecture. Painting reached the height of excellence during this period. The fresco paintings on the walls of Ajanta caves are proof of their artistic brilliance. The colors used in these paintings still retain their original freshness. The art of making sculptures had reached a high degree of perfection in this period. Many statues of the Buddha have been found at Sarnath. The statue of the seated Buddha is considered the finest specimen of Gupta sculpture. Beautiful lifelike statues of Hindu gods and goddesses have also been found. The few surviving specimens of the Gupta architecture show that architectural skills were highly developed. The Guptas made rock-cut chaityas and built temples of stone and brick. The Vishnu temple at Devgarh and the Buddhist chaityas in the Ajanta caves are fine specimens of Gupta architecture. Education. The Guptas encouraged education and learning. Their greatest contribution was the establishment of the Nalanda University. The Nalanda University was a center of Buddhist learning. Medicine, astronomy, grammar, philosophy and Vedic literature were some of the other subjects taught at this university. Trade. The control over the seaports gave the Guptas access to vast overseas trade. This led to economic growth and prosperity. Agriculture was the most important means of livelihood. The textile industry and other crafts were highly developed. Spices, pearls, ivory, perfumes, textiles and precious stones were exported in exchange for gold. Decline of the Gupta Empire. It was during the time of Chandragupta Vikramaditya's son, Kumaragupta, and his son, Skandagupta, that the Huns, a Mongolian tribe from Central Asia, invaded India. These attacks weakened the Gupta hold over their vast empire, and the golden age of North India came to an end in the middle of the 6th century CE.